Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley Ariana. Usually I'm reacting to 49ers news, but I just watched the Warriors game and I have some thoughts, so I just needed to kind of put a video up. And I'm upset because I am a fan. I feel like with the 49ers, I try to be a little bit more down the middle. I'm still a fan, but I wanted the Warriors to win, and they need to be 2-2 by game 5 when Steph could be evaluated and possibly come back. And I hate to be negative, but I'm worried that the series is over and that the Timberwolves are going to win because the Warriors fought so hard tonight and they were so close to winning. And two players specifically, Jimmy Butler and Kuminga, everyone's favorite topic, went completely off. And I don't know, do they have the capability of doing that today? I mean, doing that again. Because they did it tonight, and it wasn't enough. They didn't win. Timberwolves ended up taking game 3, 102-97. Like I said, Jimmy Butler, I felt like did all he could. He had 33 points. He was, in my opinion, played pretty fantastic. There was a couple times that I wanted him to kind of get to the rim and actually just score, don't pass the ball, but he was much, much more aggressive tonight in game 3 than he was in game 2. And like I said, 33 points, he did fantastic. And then Jonathan Kuminga, I think Steve Kerr's obviously a genius. I mean, the Warriors have so many championships, it's hard to deny that, but he needs to be asked how he has not been able to find a role for Kuminga with Curry on the court. I know that Kuminga, it's kind of the opposite. When Curry's playing, it's like, Kuminga, stop trying to shoot every basket, pass the ball. And then finally this game, it's like, okay, take every shot. Don't, you got this. You're not trying to prioritize getting the ball to Curry. So maybe that's why he was able to get off. But to me, if you're a good coach and you have a player that's that talented, you got to figure out a way to work him in. But we're not talking about the past and, the future. If the Warriors can get there, that'll be a problem for game 5 or game 6 with Jonathan Kuminga and Curry both in the game, hopefully. But tonight, I mean, it was a revenge game for Kuminga. He had 30 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, he was top 3 in rebounds and then second in points. He had a phenomenal game. I was so impressed with Jonathan Kuminga. And like I said, that is what worries me because I don't know. We haven't, seen him consistently play well. Now maybe because Curry won't be back, next game. Oh, it stresses me out. But maybe he'll be able to do this again, but I'm not confident. If I was going to bet, is Jonathan Kuminga going to put up 30 in the next game? I would say no. Which scares me because he actually had a great game. So this was a game that in my opinion, they needed to win. And then Buddy ended up having a good game. Really slow first half. He, in my opinion, was not hot, but in the second half, he ended up having 14 points, and I felt like really got into a groove out there. He would have had another 3, but it was canceled out because Looney he fouled out right before he had passed the ball to Buddy, and they ended up calling it, but it went in. They just took it off, and so he would have had even more than 14 points if it weren't for that foul on Looney. Pods led the team in rebounds, but was horrible on offense. I think that's, one of the main reasons they lost the game is just their role players couldn't put up any points. He, had less than 5 points, and he played most of the game. He was in the game for almost 40 minutes and barely had any points. Now, did do well rebounding, but you got to be able to, make one basket. Jesus. And then, like I said, Looney ended up coming back in the game after Draymond Green was kicked out. He had 8 rebounds. He did okay, but he not even did okay. He had a really good game. He played better than Draymond Green, who also got kicked out of the game. I will say his final foul, I felt like it was a phantom foul. Like, he did not touch the guy, so I don't know why he was kicked out, but I feel like he puts himself in these positions, you know? Like, he's constantly mouthing off to the refs, constantly starting shit, so they're not going to give him the benefit of the whistle. Like I said, I thought that final call was a BS call with him getting kicked out of the game with 4 minutes left. Then Looney ended up getting kicked out of the game as well. So it was just a really big collapse in the final 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Yeah. Who's the dude who has a bunch of kids now and pays a bunch of money in child support for the Timberwolves? Ant. He ended up, same thing, he kind of like Buddy. He started the first half, he wasn't doing shit, but he definitely got hot in the second half, and that was the difference. The difference was Pods wasn't able to make any offensive point, score any offensive points. Draymond Green ended up getting kicked out. Then Looney got kicked out, and Anthony Edwards for the Timberwolves heated up. So they started making, there was like 4 back-to-back threes that he made. But yeah, Jimmy, Kuminga, Buddy, to me, they did all they could. This was an excellent Jimmy Butler game. Like I said, I felt like in game 2, he was not aggressive enough. He wasn't shooting enough. He was driving to the basket today in game 3. He was scoring. Jonathan Kuminga, I felt like played, one of his best games ever. When he chose to pass, it was like smart, excellent passes. When he chose to go for the rim, when he was getting threes, like he just really got into a groove. And then, like I said, also had 7 rebounds. So it wasn't only offense. He was making an impact on defense as well. And then Buddy in the second half got hot. It's upsetting that they lost this game. I'm worried about them advancing, or even making it to the point that Curry could come back. Like, is the series going to be wrapped up before then? I don't know. But I'm a big Warriors fan. I really enjoyed watching this game I liked that it was close and interesting up until the Warriors lost, and then I was really bummed. So those are my takeaways of the 102-97 Warriors loss. Good game for Jonathan Kuminga. Definitely, if I'm a reporter, I'm asking Steve Kerr, how have you not gotten this guy involved? It's great that his confidence wasn't completely shot and he was actually able to perform today. But can he sustain that? I don't know. Can Jimmy sustain that? It looked like he was getting tired by the end. Both of those guys played a ton of minutes. And then, with Draymond Green, like I said, I don't know if that last foul was on him, but you gotta play safe football, or you gotta play safe basketball when you know that you're not gonna get the benefit of the whistle because of all the antics you play, Looney did okay. Pods, I'm disappointed. This is why I'm worried about the Kuminga, being able to have success. Pods had a good game earlier in the series and has not been able to score offensively since. So will Kuminga be able to keep it up? Will Jimmy Butler, be able to keep up the amount of minutes he's playing? Will they be able to win one game and have an opportunity for Curry to come back? I don't know. You guys let me know. But this is my instant reaction to the Warriors Timberwolves game 3. And make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Normally I have a lot of content with my phone not shaking. Normally I have content about the 49ers. I should be going live with Grant Cohn tomorrow for a full live stream, going over Robert Saleh talking, special teams coach Brian Boyer talking, rookie minicamp, OTAs coming up, all that. So I really appreciate the like and subscribe. And like I said, let me know in the comments, am I overreacting? Do you think the Warriors still have a chance, or do you think the series is kind of over with this loss? Because it felt pretty heartbreaking at the end there for me. Anyways, love you. Bye.